G'day everyone from Starseeds and patrons of Down Under. How are you all? I wanted to share today with you, just quickly, a couple of quick experiences that I've had in the last 24 hours and how when we're standing in our truth and in our best light and doing what we're supposed to be doing essentially on our path, and it's always pertinent to know up here and keep in the front of your mind that it's always knowledgeable to be wise enough to know that the darkness will also rise to have a go at you. Okay? Now, I in the last 24 hours have had the most amazing experience. Actually, I'll go back a little bit further. We'll go back to Thursday morning, we'll say, okay, on Australia Day. We'll go back to Australia Day. And as you all know, I had a great, beautiful, awesome interview with the lovely Elsa Dillon of Spin Beings. And we had a great, awesome energy and exchange and share of our experiences between one another on the show. And we talked about many different subjects and topics. And she said during the show that you would have possibly a feeling that you might have to maybe lay down after the show, or maybe go for a sleep, or ground a little, or whatever, go for a shower. And I had done nothing of those, so I rode the wave of energy pretty much all the way through till about 11 o'clock that night, and I ended up crashing. And I had about 5.5 hours sleep, and I was up again and at it all day yesterday. And all day Friday, sorry. And got up all day Friday. I was up all day, and right up until about 10 o'clock that night. I had a great day. And then yesterday I went out and I had the most amazing day of my life in a long time, ever. I can't express to you enough how much I had a great day. Now, let's just say that it is amazing when you find someone that you're able to really identify, gel, blend and identify with, and be able to sit and listen to them more so than do this, speaking, listening to them and just responding and actually letting the organic fluidity of conversation take its course and lead you through the day as it did. And the day was just, to say the least, the most beautiful, energetic day and experience that I've had with any woman that I've ever spent time with in all my 49 years. And that special someone knows exactly who she is. Now, as our day ended, we had an 11-hour day together yesterday. And mind you, this was my first date, everyone. My first date in 17 years. Okay. And that was really, really special for me, and I'm sure it was very special for her as well. She was open with me as much as I was open with her about everything as well. And I can't say it was enough how much it was the most beautiful exchange between two people. Okay, and our day came to an end at 11 hours after we'd spent a couple of hours over a couple of pints at the pub as well. I don't normally drink, but I took a moment to, step back from what I normally do and think to myself, live free in the moment, be in the moment. Just let it take you on its course, Chris, and don't fight anything. And I can tell you now, it was the most brilliant night as well. And I met some amazing people yesterday with this beautiful person I was with. We had some great conversations with them as well. got some phone numbers and some newfound friends, let's just say that. From abroad especially, I met them at the Plough Inn Hotel at South Bank. Can't recommend it enough, people who want some good entertainment, some great beer, good food. Plough Inn Hotel, South Bank, Brisbane, Queensland. Now, I was on my way home after we left each other yesterday, and we had to say our goodbyes, unfortunately. You know? And I was on my way home, and out of the blue at about 11:15 at night, I got a text message from a family member proceeding to do this. See that? Okay, well, while they're doing that, they got these three pointing back at him. Okay. Now, a lot of it was self-projection about how he obviously feels about himself, but a lot of it also was directed. And as I said at the beginning of this video, as light rises, so does darkness to meet it. This was a energetic attack to a degree on me, done through this family member, in order to bring me down in the sense of my vibration, my frequency, me standing in my truth, standing in light, standing in steadfast in my beliefs. And I will admittedly, at first, like any human, your initial reaction when you read the first few lines of something that's like, normally when you get a text message, it's between, you know, that and that on, you know, or maybe that in a text, you know, or on Messenger. Okay? This started out with this as one message, and then the second one, can't even put it on the screen, it was that bloody big. Okay? I had to scroll through it. I'll get to that. Now, I read through the first 6 lines of this message, and there was acknowledgement of my best wishes that I'd sent from, you know, this family member recently, and the conversation and topic that I was, you know, talking about, and trying to say hello. And then the next message was a complete, how can you say it, far left, like, bang, smack you upside the head with a golf shoe sort of attack. And it did. Originally, my first initial reaction, as it is to be human, to see something as wildly verbal as it was, and it was very. Let's see. I won't even go into the words. It was not nice. Okay, let's just say that it wasn't nice. But as you can see, I'm above it. Okay, because it hasn't had the desired effect long term, the what obviously this person was hoping for. The short term, yes, it did. Okay, and I'm going to touch base on that. Now, my first initial reaction was, how dare? And then, before I even got to the word they, up here kicked in. Let it go. My first initial words were after that, let it go, were like Neo from the Matrix. No. Okay? His words were like those bullets that were in, this family member's words were essentially like the bullets that were in the Matrix. They were meant to hurt me, meant to really damage me. Okay? And I said, no, I'm not allowing this. And after the first 6 lines, I looked at it and I just went, I'm not going to put myself through this. I don't need to put myself through this because I've had such a, awesome day that I don't want to lose that wonder and awe, inspiration, that love, that connection, that share, the experience, everything that we touched base upon, everything that we had fun with all day, the levity, you know, the humor that we shared, the fun, the laughter, everything was still all up there. And if I'd continued with that, how dare they speak to me like that statement, that would have really brought me right down. Now, I didn't even get through the first 3 words of that whole statement. I got to how dare, and I stopped myself instantaneously before I got to they talk to me like that. Okay? I stopped that part. I remained up here. And I stopped myself from reading it, and you know what I did? I scrolled all the way through to the bottom. Okay, I scrolled through to the bottom and I read the last 5, 6 lines there. And it was wishing me goodbye and good luck. That's all I needed to know. Okay, but the first 6 lines, after the first initial acknowledgement of what I'd sent previously, the first 6 lines of the second big message, that was just a torrent I could see as I was scrolling through. It's just, whoa. I won't even go into what it was, what it said. It's not worth my while because it just lowers my vibration frequency. Also, just talking about, because briefly as you scroll, you can see words and sentences put together, and you get to the bottom. So you just don't bother talking about it. It's by and by now. Okay. And I said to myself at the bottom, I just went, that's okay. I respect whatever opinion he had in the first 6 lines that I saw. He's made his peace with it. I've made my peace with it. No worries. That's cool. I'm moving on. And I came home and I had a shower. And I washed the sand out of my toes and out of my back of my bottom and everything from being at South Bank. It was fun. Had a great day. And I remained in levity. I remained in that joyful spirit of being in that memory of what I held on to for the whole day instead of letting it go because of that silly decision of maybe reading something that could do potential damage up here and into here for the person that was potentially trying to speak to me and convey their message that way to me. I didn't allow it because I simply said, up here, stop, let it go, and then said, no. Stop the words that were weapons. Let them drop. Those words basically dropped out of the sky like the bullets to the ground in the Neo, like Neo did with the bullets in the Matrix. And my night continued on, and I've woken up this morning feeling the same. I'm not hurt by these words anymore. I've forgiven and let go of, these words, because this is how important it is to not let the darkness affect you, or the attacks, or the entities, the frequencies, attack you when you're at your peak and shining in your light and standing in your truth. Because I want people to understand there right now is that we are dealing with principalities of the unseen forces of darkness. Okay? This is a war that is the seen and unseen. And regardless of the fact that my family member did this, I know that this was not him. This was an unseen force working through him in order to bring me down. And you know what? I wanted it to know it lost. Okay? It lost. I want you to know that you too hold that power as well. Is that you too have the choice up here to make, in here and in within here. How much is it important to you to allow yourself to be swayed by the dark forces? How much are you willing to stand in your truth, in solidarity, in your beliefs, and actually stand in your light and have the balls to take on the dark forces, regardless if they're seen and unseen, and say, bring them. Bring it on, unseen forces, so to speak, because I stand in light and truth in my beliefs, and I am steadfast in that, and there's nothing that you can do to sway me from that anymore. Your opinion, yes, I respect it. I respect it. But it's not needed, because it doesn't matter to me. If you don't understand or believe or agree with me, that's okay, because that's your path. That's okay. It's okay, because I agree with that. But do you agree with mine? That's the difference between these people. Sometimes they will attack you like Agent Smith in the Matrix, trying to defend their belief systems and their belief structures and how they stand steadfast in that. So always remember that the darkness is always there, willing to rise against light when it's at its peak. And just so long as you stand in your truth and steadfast in your beliefs and in your light, nothing will ever sway you. Okay? I just want everyone to know that. Okay? Because this is the way I live now. I will live in a state of mind and consciousness and state of being that we can choose to let things hurt us or choose not to. I choose not to. I choose not to cause harm. I choose to live by universal law. Do no harm. Take only what's needed from the land and give more than what I have. Be of service to others. It's not that bloody hard, okay? But to sit there and actually attack someone because of their belief structures and expect them to respect you for yours when you don't respect them for theirs is not how this works. And I'm going to let those people know who say such things to other people, regardless of what happened with me and my family, member that did this to me, okay? So anyone that's out there that speaks like this to another and expects them to agree with you on your belief structures and whatever you hold true to you, don't expect people to respect you in return if you don't respect another. Because remember, what you put out there, you also get back. Universal law works like this. It's called one word: karma. It's an energy. It's like chi. Chi energy is one form of energy. Karma is another form of energy. And the energy exchange, I want to know that you people like to exchange between others because of this verbal vibration and frequency that you like to impart upon others with your negativity. You stand in a very small minority. And I'm letting you know now that being in a minority is not a very good place to be. And knowing that you're in a minority, I feel for you. And there is space for where we all are for you. It's just a matter of changing up here, what you want to believe up here and in here, and how much you want to change yourself. Because without changing yourself and how you view yourself and how you view your beliefs and finding how you impart yourself upon the world and present yourself and how you speak and to treat others, don't expect the world to give you the same in return. Because being in a minority in the end of the day, it won't be a good place to be. Start changing now, because we love you. I love you. I love my family member for what they did. It's actually been empowering, and I thank him. I thank you. Good luck with what you plan. I know he watches my stuff. It's half the reason why he sent stuff what he sent on here. Okay? Half the reason why he sent what he sent on here last night. Because he doesn't want me to be right. Funny thing is, guy, I didn't want to be right either. So, in saying that, I want to let you know, my family member, that I do forgive you for what you said. And to anyone that might speak ill of another person out there as well, or if you yourself might even, any of you people out there might actually have these experiences yourself and have another speak like this of you, this is a good way of actually dealing with it and raising your frequency and your vibration and your consciousness and your heart and your light and your spirit and standing in your truth and your beliefs. This is how you raise it all. Okay? By being steadfast in it and forgiving them in the process, because that's called self-love and loving others. Okay? So I can't stress that enough. Do that to others, please. It's called being of service, regardless. Letting go is the biggest key. So I just wanted to share that with you all today, people. Thank you, everyone from Starseeds and Patriots of Down Under today, just listening to this small video that I wanted to put together for you all, because I think it's important that we share these experiences when they happen, because when others see ourselves, or when we see ourselves in others and actually can see ourselves in those experiences, and also know full well that you can say, oh, I didn't, for us to sit there and say, I didn't do that in my day when we were younger, is an absolute bullshit crock of crap for us to say. It's a lie. Because I know full well what I was like when I was young. I was very verbal, and I always like to impart my opinion upon others, regardless of what others thought. That's cool. you know, because that's where he's at right now, and he'll learn in time with wisdom, acceptance, and patience, and love. That in the end, he'll be exactly where I am in time. So just remember, everyone, just let go, say no, have self-love, forgive them, forgive, everything, just let self-love. Thanks, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Starseeds and patrons, sit down under this. Chris signing out.